I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will. I recently had a strongman competitor run around and tell people that I was in the KKK.
Really?
Yeah. And my immediate thought was, well, fuck, how am I going to feed my family now? Like you wonder what's going to happen. Luckily, like that's an irrational thought for me. I own all my stuff. Like my company that I make clothes with is mine. My TRT company is mine. Like I can't be canceled.
Wait, side note, you have a TRT company?
Yeah.
Hook me up when shit goes downhill.
For sure, yeah. No, I'll talk to you about it.
I told people, I go, when I turn 40 and my testosterone goes, like, I'm getting on TRT for sure.
It's crazy that people don't. It's crazy. It's to me, it's a stubbornness to hold on to an old way. And it's like, you don't want to live your best life?
I want to look like Kim Kennedy, dude.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Don't you want to feel good and keep your love life flaring, into your 50s and 60s? Anyways.
Yeah.
So, anyway, KKK. The
Back to that.
The pointy hats, right? The pointy hats. So, this guy, and again, I'm not going to say this person's name. I do this all the time. I'm not doing this for this person or this show.
Yeah.
I don't say someone's name unless I want to promote them. I will not say someone's fucking name because that's our power. Like it's everyone in this room builds someone up or breaks them down or anything. When you say someone's fucking name, that's their power. And that's how you live forever too. For the other good side of that coin, there truly is life forever on earth. If you've affected enough people in a positive way, like your life lives forever, So anyways, back onto my hippie shit. I swear to you, I'm not high right now.
No, I love it.
Sobering up as we get on this interview. So I'm at home. This was literally like not even 2 weeks ago. I'm at home and I get a phone call from a woman who is a prominent owner in Amateur Strongman. She's like the face of Amateur Strongman. She's an African American woman. And, I've luckily, thank God, known her for 20 years. And she's like, hey, how's it going? Da, 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 talking, all this stuff. And I hadn't spoken to her for a little bit. Like, I ain't no amateur, what you calling me for? Like we talk about family stuff, but that's usually text, So I was curious as to what's going on. And she's talking about this person. And she was like, yeah, so... they told me that you were in the KKK and that they actually have a picture of you at a Klan meeting with your hood off. And I was just blown away. You're
like, I can't fit in one of those things.
The first, no, I got a way better joke than that for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, but the feeling you get when someone says something like that, it's like you immediately want to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You want to be like, I've got black friends. And it's like, that's the most racist thing you could say. But that's your reaction. That's your reaction. I have 10 siblings. 2 of my sisters are black. And one of my brothers is homosexual. So I've had, one of my brothers is also Mexican. I've had all cultures on me my whole life. I spent every summer growing up. My mom was a midwife, and we used to go stay in El Paso and spend every summer in Juarez birthing babies. I brought probably close to 250 babies into this world in Juarez, Mexico. Not by myself. I was a child. I was all right, standing there smoking a cigar, That's a good one for you. But, she'd said that to me. And so I have this whole cultural background of I'm a fucking gypsy. I don't even feel like I have a culture. I feel like I am me. I'm an American, and that's something truly unique is we're all mutts. Even if you're 100% white or you came here in 96 from Russia and you still have Putin on your cell phone, huh?
Do you know what's even crazier than this? Do you know what's crazy than this? I'm Russian. My wife is 100% Ukrainian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's not that rare, though. My buddy in Ukraine's been dating a Russian girl forever, and it's...
But he won't marry her, huh? How come? Is it because he's
because
that used to be our land? That's what he was thinking.
No. Him, it's because he's a slut and he owns a bunch of
By the way, we have Support Ukraine from Bunker Branding shirts. We do, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, we do. But thank you for connecting me with Bunker Branding.
Yeah, nice.
Great. But you're saying you're a mutt.
Yeah, so I'm a mutt. And that's the thing about being an American. once you're an American, you're an American. It's like being in the family. Like, nobody can talk shit about my little brother but my family, right? That's the same thing. If you're an American and you love this country, then yes, let's try and fix it. Talk all the shit you want. Let's come up with something that makes everyone happy, which is never going to happen, but that's the process, right? You earn that right by taking your citizenship or just by being a proper member of society. That's just, it's a given. It's a God-given right. I truly believe in that. Like, God-given rights in our Constitution. We're the only country that believes in God-given rights. Every other country gives you rights. We are born with them here.
Yes.
So it's to me, that means a lot. And so I just have this long history with this person, and she knows my family. Like, my mom was literally arrested the street. So she lives in St. Louis. The street she lives on, 2 blocks away from it, my mom was arrested marching with Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, wow.
And like, her arrest record, they tried to expunge it. We get into the weeds here. We went to court on some other shit because we're fucking wild. And they were like, oh, we can expunge this. And my mom was like, don't you dare take that off my record.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, I know all these things, and this person knows all these things about me. And, like, I was like, that's crazy. And, like, I told her about the street and, like, showed her pictures and all this stuff. And so she was like, she didn't believe it for a moment. And
she's like, that's not Robert.
No. Not only that, like, called me immediately and walked away from them, So had the conversation with her, and she's like, yeah, they've told other people, I'm sure. I don't know, da-da-da-da. She was like, don't get angry. Everybody knows you. Don't get angry, And I was like, okay. I let it go, hung up, and I let her go. I didn't let it go. Yeah. And I'm like just boiling. And man, I'm okay with someone talking bad about me. I'm okay with someone saying like, "Oh, you suck at deadlifts" or whatever. Sure, it's like I'm one of the best in the world, but not the best in the world, so that doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to hurt my feelings, call me fat or ugly. Don't talk about weightlifting because that's my job.
Tell me my legs are skinny. Right. If you want to hurt my feelings.
It's like if someone's gonna be like, "You don't know woodworking, you fucking idiot." Comment something that I would actually be like a little bit worried about. Yeah. But when it comes to this stuff, I'm sensitive, and I love our American history. I'm very proud to be an American, and so obviously it goes without saying we're in a time where that kind of stuff could really fuck with you, and not only that, just someone purposefully going out there to mess with your way of life. It gets you going.
So did they Photoshop you onto this thing?
No. There is no picture.
Oh, there's no picture.
There is. I mean, I don't think so. I've yet to see it. Well, so anyway, I get done with that phone call. Immediately call my 2 mentors. And now I would not say their names on here, but like I'm not trying to clout chase. I'm not fucking like, oh, I know these people. I have 2 mentors, and I won't even say their names. One of them's Jewish and one of them's black. Mm-hmm. And like, I never thought about the fact that my 2 mentors.
That's Ari Shaffir and Dave Chappelle.
No.
Okay.
Those are way bigger. Bill Goldberg and C.T. Fletcher.
Oh, wow.
Those are my people. Like, C.T. Fletcher got me into the social media game. Like, he's the reason I do everything I do now. He brought me out to L.A., had me sit down to have dinner with his wife, and just talk to me, and he's like, son, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do it. And every step of the way has helped me, all the way. Goldberg is like my family. Like, his son, Gage, and his wife, Wanda, mean the world to me, maybe even more than Bill does. And, like, he's the kind of friend that at 2 a.m, I could call him and be like, I'm having a hard time, and he'll sit up and talk to me. Like, my 2 mentors have been so good to me, and I'm so lucky that I have them. Didn't even realize their race or religious beliefs. I didn't think about that until I called them to tell them people are saying I'm in the KKK. Bill just starts laughing. And if once he catches his fucking breath from laughing in my fucking face, like a good friend would,
Yeah.
Once that's all done, he goes, why don't you call him?
the person.
Yeah.
Confront him.
And I'm like, how in my 37 years of life, I consider myself a man, and I've been a man for about 6 years since my son was born, you know? And how did I not think of that right away? Like, to me, out of everything I've said, out of everything that's happened, like, coked out fucking thievery, all of that, I'm most embarrassed that I didn't think of that. That I didn't just stop and call this guy. Like, that should be my first reaction, you know? And I didn't like run my mouth to a bunch of other people, but the fact that it hadn't even popped in my head really upset me at myself. And that was a moment where it was like, you better mark that shit down. You need to grow here, you know? And so talk to him. He was like, you got to call him. So before I even called CT, I called this person up. They didn't pick up. Left him a message and was like very plain about it. Not aggressive. Nobody's going to call me back if I'm like, motherfucker, you know, like if I Joey Diaz. Nobody's calling me. So that's funny. I can't believe we're talking about this. I didn't think I'd ever talk about this anywhere.
Oh, I'm humbled.
But it's just, I don't know. I'm a rambler.
No, I like it. So
let me finish this. Okay. Sorry. Last bit. I'm rambling long. So I call him. He doesn't pick up. I leave the message, and then I call CT. CT doesn't pick up either, but he ends up calling me back pretty quick. I left him a message saying, hey, people are saying I'm in the KKK, Pops. Like, call me. Yeah. Like, and so he called me back real quick. And he's like, big OB, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, what is this shit? Like, we got to make a video. And I'm going to release this old video of you and me fucking around and you saying that the girl you dated in high school looks just like me and all this shit. Because, we did this skit and, I was, just, not mad-libbing, but I was, free-forming, just spitting bullshit. And I started to say I beat his ass. It was like a whole jokey thing. And then I didn't want to say all that to CT because I love him so much that I just leaned into this weird tangent where I started going off of how my girlfriend looked exactly like CT Fletcher and I don't know, weird shit. But he's like, I'm going to release the video again just so everybody knows and all this stuff. And he's like, I was like, CT, back to the photo. I was like, man, they're saying they got this photo of me at a Klan meeting with my hood off. And I call him Pops. I was like, Pops, that ain't true. That ain't true. I would never take my hood off. And he cracked up. He cracked up so good. Oh, man. But that was it, man.
Treated like the Mandalorian. Yeah. Nothing else come up.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.